It's a busy morning here in Washington. At the White House, the president is announcing the resignation of another member of his inner circle, National Security Advisor Jim Jones. And September's unemployment numbers were released this morning. They are the last we'll see until after the midterm elections. Mark Knoller joins me now from the White House. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Bill.
Mark, tell us first about the resignation of General Jones and his replacement.
Well, we got word this morning that General Jones would be stepping down as National Security Advisor. He has served in that post for 20 months, and we don't yet have a firm date on when he will step down. But the White House is also letting us know that President Obama is selecting his deputy National Security Advisor, Tom Donilon, to move up into the National Security Advisor job.
Okay, well, for our viewers' benefit, Tom Donilon has been an active Democrat for 25 years, I guess. He's been involved in campaigns at least since 1988. He's also a lawyer. He served time at the State Department, and he's been the deputy at the National Security Council since the beginning of the Obama administration. So I guess it's not a surprise that he's been named, eh?
Well, it's not a surprise, but it comes at an awkward moment. In the new Bob Woodward book, Defense Secretary Gates is quoted as saying, or quoted as feeling, that Tom Donilon would be a disaster in the national security job. But today, Defense Secretary Gates told reporters that he thinks he can work well with Donilon and don't believe anything you've heard to the contrary.
Well, they all love it when they're singing from the same songbook, don't they?
They always try.
So also today we got the job numbers, no change, and that was a little bit of a surprise. Some people thought that the unemployment would go up by a tick, by 0.1%. Didn't happen, but it's still not very good.
Well, the overall number of jobs went down about 80,000, but President Obama just a little while ago made a statement in which he spoke about the fact that we have now had 8 straight consecutive months of private sector job growth. He admits it's not good enough, though, and he says his administration will continue to work to accelerate the economy. And he says the only thing he knows that the unemployed Americans want to hear are the words, "You're hired," and he's trying to arrange that for them. But it's going to take a while. He says the hole into which the economy fell was deeper than anybody thought, and it's not going to be dug out overnight.
And it sure isn't going to change before the elections 3 weeks from now, a little more than 3 weeks. Mark, you also have some interesting numbers on something else that you've been following, as you follow everything, as I know, sitting there every day watching you do it, on the president and Slurpees?
Now, you'd think that would be the last 2 words you would see in the same sentence, but President Obama has now made reference to that icy, slushy drink that you get at convenience stores, Slurpees, in 20 of his speeches.
Well, let's take a look at one of them right now.
There are a lot of folks in the other party who are running today who are the same folks who drove this economy into the ditch. And me and the rest of the Democrats here in Washington, we climbed down into that ditch. We put on our boots. It was muddy. It was hot. There was bugs. But we pushed. And we pushed. And we pushed. And every once in a while, we'd look up and see the Republicans up there, looking comfortable, fanning themselves, sipping on Slurpees. And we'd say, why don't you come down and help?
So what's that all about? What's the association of Republicans with Slurpees? I mean, Slurpees are certainly not an elitist drink. It's not like, Chardonnay.
Well, President Obama is portraying a Slurpee as the official beverage of obstructionist Republican leaders. Now, I called the folks at 7-Eleven. I said, are you aware that President Obama is talking about Slurpees in 20 recent speeches? They weren't, but they declined to comment. I also contacted spokesmen for Republican leaders in both the House and the Senate. They say they have never seen their guys sipping on Slurpees. But President Obama keeps using the phrase, it keeps getting a laugh, and he keeps laughing at it. He's very amused by it.
Well, I'm going to tell our audience right now something that they don't know, and that is that you love Slurpees.
And they come in all flavors, including sugar-free.
Mark Knoller, as always, thanks for your wisdom and your incredible prowess at keeping track of everything at the White House.
Great to be with you, Bill.
Turning now.